Imagine Sarah, a young woman navigating the relentless pace of city life. Her days are a blur of deadlines, meetings, and social obligations. Every notification on her phone feels like another demand on her time and energy. At night, she tries to unwind with a book or some music, but her mind races, replaying the day's events and anxieties about tomorrow. Sleep, when it finally comes, is often fragmented and restless. Sarah's story isn't unique. In our fast-paced, hyper-connected world, stress and anxiety have become pervasive companions for many. We live in a culture that glorifies busyness, pushing us to constantly strive for more achievements, more possessions, more experiences. This relentless pursuit of external validation often comes at the expense of our inner well-being. We're bombarded with information, deadlines, and expectations from every direction, leaving little room for stillness and reflection. The constant chatter of our minds, fueled by worries about the future and regrets about the past, can create a whirlwind of negativity that feels impossible to escape. Building on this relentless pressure, societal norms often exacerbate these feelings. We're conditioned to believe that success equates to external achievement, measured by material possessions, career status, or social media presence. This creates an internal pressure to constantly perform and compete, leaving little space for self-acceptance and contentment. We're taught to suppress our emotions, to push through discomfort and exhaustion, rather than acknowledge and address the root causes of our stress. This relentless pursuit of an elusive, perfect life often leads to feelings of inadequacy, burnout, and a deep sense of dissatisfaction. However, there's another way, a path towards cultivating inner peace and resilience amidst the chaos. This path is paved with mindfulness practices that help us reconnect with ourselves, understand our thoughts and emotions, and cultivate a sense of calm and clarity. It's about shifting our focus from the external world to the internal landscape, finding solace in the present moment rather than being consumed by anxieties about the future or regrets about the past. This is not about achieving some idealized state of bliss. It's about learning to navigate life's inevitable ups and downs with greater equanimity and grace. It's about cultivating a deep sense of self-awareness and acceptance, allowing us to respond to challenges with resilience and compassion, rather than reacting impulsively out of fear or anxiety. This shift in perspective requires conscious effort and practice, but the rewards are immeasurable. When we learn to quiet the incessant chatter of our minds and cultivate present moment awareness, we open ourselves up to a world of possibilities, greater peace, deeper connections, and a more fulfilling life. Now, this shift in perspective requires conscious effort and practice, but the rewards are immeasurable. When we learn to quiet the incessant chatter of our minds and cultivate present moment awareness, we open ourselves up to a world of possibilities, greater peace, deeper connections, and a more fulfilling life. But why do we find it so difficult to achieve this state of tranquility? Why is our mind so prone to anxieties about the future or regrets about the past? Building on this understanding of mindfulness, let's delve into the psychology behind our constant inner turmoil. The roots of our anxiety often lie in our unconscious minds, a realm explored by pioneers like Sigmund Freud and Carl Jung. Freud, through his groundbreaking theories of psychoanalysis, illuminated how unresolved childhood conflicts, repressed memories, and primal instincts can manifest as anxieties and neuroses in adulthood. Our early experiences shape the structure of our personality, influencing how we perceive the world and react to situations. If our childhood was marked by insecurity, trauma, or neglect, these wounds can continue to haunt us, manifesting as chronic fear, worry, and a sense of being perpetually on edge. Jung, building upon Freud's work, expanded the concept of the unconscious mind to include archetypes, universal patterns of thought and behavior inherited from our collective past. These archetypal images and symbols reside in our subconscious and can influence our emotions, motivations, and perceptions. According to Jung, anxieties often arise from a conflict between our conscious desires and these powerful unconscious forces. Imagine, for instance, the archetype of the shadow, representing the repressed aspects of ourselves, our darker impulses, fears, and insecurities. If we deny or repress these shadow aspects, they can fester in the unconscious, leading to feelings of guilt, shame, and anxiety. This leads us to understand that our anxieties are not simply irrational fears, but rather often stem from deeply ingrained psychological patterns developed over a lifetime. These patterns may be rooted in personal experiences, inherited predispositions, or even cultural conditioning. Recognizing this complex interplay between conscious and unconscious forces is crucial for cultivating inner peace. However, understanding the root causes of our anxiety is just the first step. True transformation requires not only awareness, but also action. This is where mindfulness practices come into play, providing us with a powerful toolkit to navigate the turbulent waters of our inner world. By bringing conscious attention to the present moment, we can begin to observe our thoughts and feelings without judgment, creating space between ourselves and our anxieties. This shift in perspective allows us to see our thoughts and emotions as transient phenomena rather than absolute truths. We learn to recognize that anxiety is not an enemy to be fought, but rather a signal, a call to explore what needs attention within ourselves. Through consistent mindfulness practice, we can gradually untangle the knots of anxiety, cultivate greater self-acceptance, and ultimately experience a profound sense of inner peace. Now, this shift in perspective allows us to see our thoughts and emotions as transient phenomena rather than absolute truths. We learn to recognize that anxiety is not an enemy to be fought, but rather a signal, a call to explore what needs attention within ourselves. Through consistent mindfulness practice, we can gradually untangle the knots of anxiety, cultivate greater self-acceptance, and ultimately experience a profound sense of inner peace. But this shift in perspective, this acceptance of our own transient nature, requires a fundamental change in our understanding of existence itself. What would the ancient Stoics, like Seneca or Epictetus, say about this? Would they nod their heads in agreement or shake them in disapproval? Seneca, renowned for his wisdom and resilience, would likely urge us to embrace reason and virtue as our guiding principles. He'd remind us that anxiety stems from clinging to things outside of our control, external circumstances, the opinions of others, even fleeting pleasures. True peace, he'd argue, resides in cultivating inner fortitude, accepting what we cannot change, and focusing our energy on actions aligned with our values. Nietzsche, a philosopher known for his bold pronouncements and critique of traditional morality, might offer a more provocative perspective. He'd likely challenge the notion of achieving peace as an ultimate goal, suggesting instead that life is a constant dance between striving and suffering, creation and destruction. He might argue that anxiety itself can be a catalyst for growth, pushing us beyond our comfort zones and forcing us to confront our limitations. To embrace the will to power, Nietzsche would say, is to accept the inherent ambiguity of existence and to strive towards self-actualization, a continual process of becoming rather than a state of static equilibrium. Building on this understanding, we can see that mindfulness isn't merely about quieting the mind or suppressing our emotions. It's about cultivating awareness of our internal landscape, with honesty and compassion. This means acknowledging both the darkness and the light within ourselves, the anxieties and fears, alongside the joys and aspirations. However, this doesn't mean becoming passive victims to our emotions. Mindfulness equips us with the tools to observe our thoughts and feelings without judgment, creating a space of detachment that allows us to respond rather than react impulsively. This shift in perspective can be profoundly liberating, freeing us from the tyranny of our own minds and enabling us to navigate the complexities of life with greater clarity and purpose. This leads us to another crucial aspect of cultivating inner peace: the practice of self-compassion. The Stoics emphasized the importance of self-discipline and reason, but they also recognized the human need for kindness and understanding. Just as we wouldn't berate a friend struggling with anxiety, we shouldn't be so harsh on ourselves. Mindfulness allows us to treat ourselves with the same gentleness and empathy we would extend to others. It helps us recognize that setbacks and failures are inevitable parts of the human experience, opportunities for learning and growth, rather than reasons for self-recrimination. By cultivating self-compassion, we create a foundation of inner resilience, enabling us to weather life's storms with greater equanimity. This doesn't mean ignoring our shortcomings or excusing unhealthy behaviors. It means approaching ourselves with kindness and understanding, acknowledging our imperfections without judgment, and striving to be the best versions of ourselves through conscious effort and self-acceptance. This journey towards inner peace is not a destination, but a continuous process, a lifelong practice of self-discovery and growth. It requires patience, perseverance, and a willingness to confront our own limitations with honesty and courage. By embracing mindfulness as a way of life, we can gradually cultivate a sense of tranquility amidst the chaos, finding solace in the present moment and discovering the profound beauty and wisdom that reside within ourselves. Now, this journey towards inner peace is not about achieving some mythical state of perfect serenity. It's about learning to navigate the ups and downs of life with greater resilience and awareness. It's about cultivating a sense of calm within ourselves that allows us to respond to challenges with wisdom rather than reacting impulsively out of fear or frustration. Building on this understanding, let's explore some practical mindfulness practices you can incorporate into your daily life to begin cultivating this inner peace. Remember, consistency is key. Even a few minutes of mindful practice each day can make a profound difference over time. One powerful technique is mindful breathing. Find a quiet space where you won't be disturbed. Close your eyes gently and bring your attention to your breath. Notice the natural rhythm of your inhale and exhale, the rise and fall of your chest and abdomen. Don't try to change your breath. Simply observe it with curiosity and acceptance. Whenever your mind wanders, and it will, gently guide your attention back to the sensation of your breath. Start with just a few minutes each day, gradually increasing the duration as you become more comfortable. Another effective practice is body scan meditation. This involves systematically bringing awareness to different parts of your body, noticing any sensations present without judgment. You can lie down or sit comfortably and begin by focusing on your toes. Notice any tingling, warmth, pressure, or tightness. Gradually move your attention up your body, scanning through your feet, ankles, calves, knees, thighs, and so on, until you reach the top of your head. However, mindfulness isn't just about sitting still in meditation. It's also about bringing awareness to everyday activities. This is known as mindful living. Try practicing mindful eating by paying close attention to the taste, texture, and aroma of your food. Avoid distractions like phones or television, and savor each bite. Similarly, engage your senses fully when walking, showering, or listening to music. This leads us to a powerful aspect of mindfulness: Cultivating compassion. Compassion involves recognizing our shared humanity with all beings and extending kindness and understanding, even towards those who may be different from us or have wronged us. Practice self-compassion. By treating yourself with the same kindness and understanding you would offer a dear friend. When faced with challenging situations or setbacks, remember to be kind to yourself and acknowledge that everyone makes mistakes. Cultivating inner peace is also about setting healthy boundaries. This means learning to say no to commitments that drain your energy or compromise your well-being. It's about prioritizing your own needs and creating space for activities that nourish your mind, body, and soul. Remember, mindfulness is a journey, not a destination. There will be times when you feel more centered and peaceful than others. Be patient with yourself, acknowledge your progress, and keep practicing. Over time, you'll notice the positive impact of mindfulness on your overall well-being. Reduced stress and anxiety, improved focus and concentration, increased emotional resilience, and a deeper sense of connection to yourself and the world around you. Remember, mindfulness is a journey, not a destination. There will be times when you feel more centered and peaceful than others. Be patient with yourself, acknowledge your progress, and keep practicing. Over time, you'll notice the positive impact of mindfulness on your overall well-being. Reduced stress and anxiety, improved focus and concentration, increased emotional resilience, and a deeper sense of connection to yourself and the world around you. Building on this understanding, let us delve deeper into the transformative potential of mindfulness. This practice isn't merely about calming a restless mind. It's about awakening a profound awareness within. It's about recognizing that beneath the surface of our anxieties and worries lies a wellspring of inner peace waiting to be tapped. However, this journey inward is not always easy. Life throws curveballs, challenges test our resolve, and doubts can creep in like shadows, threatening to obscure our clarity. It's in these moments when we feel most vulnerable that the true power of mindfulness shines through. This practice becomes a beacon, guiding us back to the present moment, anchoring us to the earth beneath our feet. It reminds us that we are not defined by our circumstances, but by our response to them. With each mindful breath, we choose to let go of past regrets and future anxieties, embracing the peace that resides in this very instant. Think of mindfulness as a muscle, one that strengthens with consistent use. The more you practice, the more adept you become at noticing your thoughts and emotions without judgment, allowing them to pass like clouds across the sky. This detachment from our mental chatter frees us from the grip of stress and anxiety, allowing us to experience life with greater clarity and serenity. This leads us to a profound realization. Inner peace is not something we chase, it's something we cultivate. It's a conscious choice we make each day, moment by moment. By embracing mindfulness, we create space for compassion, both for ourselves and others. We learn to respond with kindness rather than reactivity, understanding that everyone is navigating their own unique journey. But the benefits of cultivating inner peace extend far beyond our personal well-being. When individuals find a sense of calm and balance within themselves, it ripples outwards, creating a more harmonious society. Imagine communities where empathy and understanding prevail, where conflicts are resolved with compassion, and where collaboration flourishes. This is the vision that mindfulness can help us realize. However, this transformation doesn't happen overnight. It requires dedication, patience, and an unwavering commitment to self-growth. But the rewards are immeasurable. As we cultivate inner peace, we unlock our full potential, becoming more resilient, creative, and compassionate individuals. This journey of mindful living is a call to greatness, not in the conventional sense, but in the profound way that each of us can contribute to creating a better world. By embracing mindfulness, we embark on a path of self-discovery, inner healing, and collective evolution. We become agents of change, inspiring others to join us in cultivating peace within themselves and radiating it outwards into the world. Let us not underestimate the power of this practice. Each mindful breath, each act of kindness, each moment of stillness is a step towards creating a more peaceful, compassionate, and fulfilling future for all. It's time to rise to the occasion, embrace our inner peace, and together illuminate the path towards a brighter tomorrow.